Do you think there's no such thing as hate speech? Because then the question becomes who's the arbiter of the speech? Then you go down the whack road. No, I think there's hate speech. I absolutely think there's hate speech. I just think I think here's what I think. I think streamers, I think the large streamers, the political ones especially, I think they've created, maybe except for Destiny actually, because I don't think Destiny likes to like prey on or pander to stupid people, right? He doesn't. I don't think he does that, right? So except for Destiny, I think these streamers have created monsters, right? I think a lot of these streamers, they love to pander and amass followings of like really just like malleable, retarded, stupid people. And I use retarded, I don't use it in that way. I apologize, whoever I offend with that. Like, I think they actually like just people who are just void of critical thinking, right? And they want to do that because I think it just comes from like some level of insecurity, right? Hunger for power, money, to be seen as the leader, right? Because I think an insecure person doesn't feel like they can lead a group full of like intelligent people. So an insecure people, what will they do? They'll go to stupid people to lead them. So I think these streamers have created monsters, right? And at the beginning, right, there's really nothing of it. They're just amassing an army of idiot people who are just fucking just stupid. They're just fucking stupid, right? Now, what does that do? When you do that, right, eventually a monster is born, right? And that monster are people who think they're smart, but are just completely fucking stupid. So what does that mean? That means, so let me back up here. This isn't as, this thought isn't as fluid as the last. When these streamers do that, right, they create big groups of people who lack critical thinking, of people who don't have and are never taught to have common sense or to use their common sense, right? They've been brainwashed for so fucking long that they take the streamer's word for everything. They don't do their own research. They don't have thoughts of their own. They don't question the streamer that they watch, right? If you look at my stream, I've always told you guys, you can support me and like me and disagree with me. Everything I say, don't take it at face value. Go do research, right? I've always pushed for that. Now, here's what happens when that happens. Two things happen. One, other streamers see the easy, cheap way to a large audience and fame and success. So other streamers starts using shock factor content like that to build stupid people armies, right? And then secondly, when big groups of people, right, lack basic common sense and basic logic, right, application of logic, right, what happens is you start seeing people hide behind plausible deniability and play stupid, right? And let me get to my point. I do believe there's hate speech, and I think that hate speech, I think there's an objectivity to it. I think if everyone stepped back from this clout shit, step back from this money shock factor, amassing armies of stupid people to feel powerful shit, I think people can be honest themselves, right? Given that they hone their ability to critically think, right? I think they say, okay, you know what? It's pretty clear where the line of hate speech starts and where it ends. Do you understand? I think it's very fucking simple, right? I just think people choose to play stupid because they're given an excuse to play stupid by the streamers who give them an excuse to play stupid because the streamers want to keep them happy, at bay, and under their control. Do you understand? They play into it. But if these streamers stepped up and said, yo, listen, like this is very clear and very obvious, right? I think we'd be in a better place. And this applies not just streaming, in everything, and everywhere. Do you understand? So I think there's a very clear line. I also think there are some things, right? Now, let's move away from that clear line, okay? Which I guess contradicts the clear line. But let's say outside of that clear line, there's a little gray area, okay? I think that gray area is kind of the unspoken rule that I believe everyone should understand if they possessed basic common sense and even just social experience. If everyone just went out of the house instead of staying indoors and vicariously living through the streamers that they watch, I think they would learn this and understand where that line is. You understand? There's a lot of rhetoric I see around Twitch, political rhetoric and other things, right? I see a lot of people throwing heinous, disgusting labels on people for things that if they just went to college, if they just went to a bar, a club, they would realize what they're saying is so fucking crazy that you could only believe it if you lock yourself in your room, dig a hole, and crawl under a rock. That is the only way you could believe it. So that's kind of, does that make any sense? I don't know. I just think, I really think, I don't think we're ready for the future. I think the day we're ready for the future is the day that we make it mandatory for everyone to hone their ability to critically think and to apply logic and to apply themselves, period. And right now, unfortunately, the only form of that I know of is school, right? Is education, is college, which unfortunately our college system in America is so backwards, it leaves you in debt, and it's just fucked, right? So we would have to better, which actually leads to my initial point. Right, it's not just the streamers that want to keep you stupid. It's governments, it's leaders, it's government officials, right? It's senators, it's presidents, right? Because if they truly wanted a population of even just average intelligence individuals, they would make the schooling system better, and I truly believe we'd be in a more efficient and better society. I don't think it would be this hellhole where people think they're too smart to work certain low-level jobs. I think people will still fill those job slots. I think people will still want to do things because it's what they enjoy doing, right? I think it's just a bullshit excuse to keep education away from people. It's why I really disagree with Elon Musk's take on you don't need to go to college to be successful. Look at me. Elon, you're like a fucking top 0.0000000 repeating zeros 5,500 times 1%. Do you understand? Like that's such a stupid fucking thing to say, right? It just, oh man, it really pisses me the fuck off. It really pisses me the fuck off. I'm telling you right now, if people just hone their ability to critically think and do their own research, right? I don't think we'd be going through half the shit we're going through, here on Twitch, on Kick, on the internet, in the world. But it is what it is.